Hi, Zamfam. It's Mariah here. I've been asked more than a few times by several family members to go through my collection and show everybody what I have and what I've been accumulating since I started vaping last year in May. This is my best friend, Chase.
How's it going?
How long have you been vaping?
I've been vaping for probably about a year now.
Why did you switch to vaping?
I switched to vaping to stop smoking, and it actually has worked very well. I may slip up and have a cigarette every once in a while, but other
How
than
long
that,
have you been?
I've stopped smoking for probably I'd say about a month and a half now.
Hey, Doug. Why don't you show everyone what you're vaping?
I am vaping with the Smock X Cube 2. I've got the Dark Horse stripper on there. It's actually pretty nice. I've been pretty content with it. Uh, I do vape a bunch of her mods and tanks and whatnot. Change it up a little bit, but
That's actually where he got that mod.
other than that, I've been pretty content with this one. It seems to suit me pretty well.
Hold on. I am using the Rulo RX200. I apologize ahead of time. I have a cold, so my voice is gone for the video. But I fell in love with this mod as soon as I put it in my hand. It just feels good to hold. It's heavy, it's solid. You can beat someone up with it if you really needed to. And I'm pretty sure you can still vape it afterwards. And I'm using it with the Griffin. I don't do my own builds. He builds for me. As far as the deck and all that stuff goes, I would not be able to tell you the front from the back or up from down. But I did struggle a lot with the wicking. I wanted to try and wick it myself. And with the Griffin, it's really hard because you can't get it like down in those little holes. But you gotta like just kind of twist and tuck, and I got so frustrated it started leaking on me right away. And so I threw my lighter at the wall and I gave this to him, and it's been working great ever since. So
I keep on telling her she just needs a little practice and some patience because she doesn't really have that all the time, but she'll get the hang of it eventually.
I don't know, I just think that building is a little tedious, but if they're built right, then vapors like me will last forever, and I don't have to dink around with it. So I take it in once, they change it, and then when they get all gunked up, like a month and a half, 2 months later, then I just go back in and then they change it again for me. But as far as my collection goes, this is just my newest setup that I've gotten.
And that Griffin too, if it's built right, it won't dry fire it very often at all.
No, like at first I had to suck really, really hard, but we had tucked the cotton inside the little juice holes, so it was dry firing on me, and I had to like do a real big primer puff before I started vaping, and I'd only get like 2 or 3 vapes after the primer puff, so it works a lot better now. I don't foresee in the foreseeable future, I don't see myself using any of my other mods right now. I mean, I do have my crown tank because I love my crowns. I got 3 of those. I have this on my own marker, my black one, my orange one's up there right now. But I always like to just kind of keep a crown on one of my mods just laying around, just in case. I was really nervous about getting the roll out first because you need 3 pairs of the same battery, and I've got tons of different color batteries, but I didn't have 3 of the same kind. For all you beginner vapors, welcome to Zampbox. I've seen quite a few new vapor posts. These I would not recommend using EFS. I put EFS batteries in my Relo. They lasted me about half a day. I put Samsung green batteries. I just got these ones off of Amazon. They're awesome. I marry all of my batteries. I got 10 of them, so I doodled the first 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, and then that way I have 2 sets of 3 for this, but then I got 4 extra ones. These ones lasted me, I vaped it, I popped my batteries in yesterday morning, and I didn't have to change them until this afternoon today. So
Yeah,
the
she actually goes through probably about 3-4 tanks in that dripper, so
mhm.
that battery lasts the entire
But
time.
yeah, I would recommend the Smurfs, the blue Samsungs, or the green Samsungs. I only have two pairs of LGs that I use. I have these two, the red and the. I only have one pair of each. They're okay. They're some of the better batteries, I have to say. But I'm a Samsung girl for sure. I used to think that when I first started vaping, I used to think eFest was the shit because everybody had one, but they just don't. They don't put out a whole lot of power, and they're just not what they're hyped up to be. I just don't. I don't know. I prefer using Samsungs over above all. But anyways, back to the collection. With little mods, I have. Well, this is his sister's. My very first mod I ever had was a 30-watt E-Leaf, a little pink one. And then my first tank ever was an Atlantis V1. And I was very happy with the setup, but um, everybody else around May of last year they were all about this one, the Sigelli 150, and I needed it. So I kind of tried to work my way up before I dove right into the above 100-watt box mod. I wanted to, after I got my 30-watt, I wanted to jump up, so I got a 50-watt E-Leaf. Like I said, this one's his sister's. I have vaped forward my 30-watt and my other 50-watt already. I passed those forward. So I moved up to this, and I got my Arctic tank with my E-Leaf 50-watt. And then I saw this, and it was a must-have. I forgot what's the purple one's name.
That purple one? Oh, I think it's Raphael.
I think it's Raphael. I don't know the Ninja Turtles, but it looks cool.
I haven't seen those forever, so.
I needed this one. Ergonomically, it's nice. And for any beginner vapor out there, they do have the brand new Cool Fires that just come out, but I still am in love with this one. It's small, it's cute, it's compact. I mean, the finish is unscratchable. You can't scratch this finish. Like, if you can see those grains in there, it's almost scratch proof. I have had this for a whole year, and there's not one scratch on it. And the battery life is awesome. It's one of those mods you just plug into your cell phone charger, and within like an hour or two, it's fully charged. And it's a pass-through. All the two E-Leafs that I had were pass-throughs. This one's a pass-through. And then I moved up from. It's a good thing I'm so close to the floor, huh? And then from this, I moved up to an extra 10, or no, this is 40 watt. An extra 20 watts. This is a 60 watt, that TC E-Leaf 60 watt. I hate it. It has a lot of glitches wrong with it. My grandfather that I live with here, he chews all the time, and I had hooked him up with this and my this little Kanger sub-tank mini, and this was what he was vaping on for a while. And like, as you can hear in my voice, I have a cold, and I'm pretty frick sure that I had passed my cold on to my papa. But at first he didn't know he was getting sick, so he had thought that the vapor was making it harder for him to breathe. And I tried to explain to him the ingredients, and the only thing that I could think of was possible PG allergy. But as far as I know, he has asthma inhalers and stuff, and those don't give him any problems. So I'm pretty sure it was just the cold. But wish me luck. I hope in the near future I can get him to quit chewing and fully switch to vaping. Hopefully. He's just really iffy because it is so similar to the feeling of smoking a cigarette. And so he just doesn't want to trade up one habit for another. But after I caved in and got my Sigelli, and I got this hazard, or this hazard wrap from Las Vegas. Elephant Vapors in Las Vegas. It's really pretty. But I really don't use this anymore. It's totally beat to crap. Like, this is if you want a durable mod that would last through a freaking hurricane and a tornado at one time, it is the Sigali 150 watt. I could whip
Yeah,
this fucker against my wall and it would still work.
That thing is very durable.
Yes, it is all sorts of scratched up. You can see any of those indents all along the top. And it still works. It's perfectly fine. But the cases that come with them, they come on and off so easy. There's no friction whatsoever. So like it just falls off. Oh, speaking of falling off, the food chai. If any of you have the food chai, you know what I mean. This case, if you're not holding onto the mod itself and you have a hold of the tank, the case will fall off the mod. It is stretched out. And I don't understand really because the Sigali one isn't as bad as this. And I know Sigali makes food chai too. It just is not as bad. But like you can even see look at all that space right there. And I don't take it on and off all the time, only when I change my batteries. And when I'm vaping on one of these, a box, just regular box mod, two 18650s, they usually last me about half a day. I'm a frequent vapor. Like I super subtle. But on a good day, it'll last me about six to 8 hours. Two fully charged batteries. Excuse me. So not changing the batteries very often, and there should be no reason why this just doesn't serve its purpose. Right. So, but the mod itself, oh my gosh, it feels so nice. It's so
that one misfires sometimes, doesn't it too?
Oh yeah, it blank fires sometimes when you go to push the button. It doesn't register, and you could be sitting there, and it just isn't working. So, I mean, it doesn't happen all the time. Maybe once in every like 5 or 6 hits, it'll just not hit. It just won't register.
I mean, other than that, though, that is actually a really good mod.
Yes, it fits perfect to my hand. It feels great. Annoying. I guess the only issue with this falling off all the time is because of the finish. I got a scratch already right there. And that was just bumping it against another mod. And so, I mean, this finish is very easily scratched off. But if you are super anal and really picky like I am with my mods, it shouldn't be a problem. So, just don't go throwing it at any horses or anything. And then, from this Sigali, the food chais it was a purchase I made right before I just got my reload. So now I'm going back again. I picked out this. I had this on pre-order before anybody got it, so I paid like $80-something, $90-some. I'm not for sure if it's a clone or an authentic. I'm not gonna get into that whole argument. I'm not gonna say I prefer one over the other because sometimes, most of the time, if there's problems with the authentic and they shoot out a clone, most of the time the clone has those problems fixed. So over half the time the clone is better than the authentic. But I just don't really pay attention to that stuff. If it vapes, it vapes. And that's all that matters to me. So as far as this goes, being authentic or a clone, I don't know. But I didn't think that the buttons were as, I don't know, they just don't feel the same. Like, as take the Relo for instance, it's just real clicky and nice to use, and the button just protrudes. This one's just kind of blah. But it was the first temperature control mod that really like blew up, and I needed to stick my toes in the water and see what this temp control business was all about. And nickel, I really do like the vape quality off of nickel, but titanium, there's the whole fire, or like if it did catch on fire, controversy that has scared me away from using titanium. If it does catch on fire, then you need like a certain extinguisher to put it out, and I just I don't want that. I don't. I mean, there's enough hazards of smoking, but to switch to vaping to have your shit catch on fire, like that's just a little too much for my liking. I just would rather keep it simple. So I don't use titanium very. I've only used it once, and that was when I got the eLeaf 60 watt. It came with the Milo 2 tank, and it came with a titanium coil and a nickel coil for the buyer to try, one of each, and that wasn't that bad, but I don't feel like the coil had as long as the lifespan as just say my just a regular build or Canthal build or Canthal coil. I just don't think it had as long of a lifespan. And I feel like my coil in the Crown tastes a lot better than the titanium coil in the Milo.
Yeah, those crown coils actually last a while. Like what, max you vaped is like a month on one?
Oh, I'm still going on this coil, and I changed this one on the end of February. Still, flavor is perfect. Right on tea. I am vaping banana bread cake batter out of this, and it still tastes just like it came out of the oven. And then, since I was following along the whole e-leaf iStick craze, I was collecting e-leafs. I went out and got the 100 watt. Now, this was an ass kicker. This is probably even more durable than the Sigelli 150 watt, in my opinion. This, it's got quite a few scratches on it. Like I said, I have horses. I live on a farm, so I go outside. I put my mods and stuff through the test, and
I
I
actually
drop
watched
it.
her throw that thing at the floor
I
multiple times.
I whipped out the floor to prove a point, but don't do that unless you have backup mods. But I got this one for cheap. It doesn't do much. It's just a 100 watt mod. It's just your basic 100 watt mod. I mean, it's besides this one, the only other mod that I have remotely shaped like this with the rounded edges is my IPv5, and they're not exactly the same. I just recently picked this one up. This is a really good mod. If you want stability, you want your mod to be dependable, no misfires. The screen is bright. It's a beautiful mod. The finish is nice. It kind of sticks to your hand. It's not like the stainless steel where it's slippery. This one just kind of sticks to your hand. The design of it is slick. It's classy is the word I'm thinking of. Classy. And then the buttons are really clicky. And I already told Chase before I came up with this idea to do this, I'm like, I'm not doing any reviews. Because there's already, I mean, YouTube's oversaturated with reviews. So if you wanted to see a up close and personal look of each of these mods, I'm giving you the names of them, so you can just pop that into YouTube search box, and you can find all the information that you need to know.
Yeah, she more or less just wanted to show off her collection.
Well, no, yeah, but no, I've had a couple of requests. I do. If you backtrack, I mean, it's not like I don't think that people like actually go on and creep on others on sample box. But if you were to backtrack through my post history, I have posted quite a few pictures of my collection behind me, and some people have asked me what I have in there, and it's I feel like I have enough to where making a video is justifiable instead of just making a really, really long post. I think it works out better. My other mods, I got these from Vapor DNA, or yeah, vapordna.com. The story behind this red one, these are the Cooper Pluses. I thought these were cute as hell. They're super cute. And the only weird thing about these mods, I wouldn't necessarily call a con, but any of my other mods, the buttons are on the opposite side as the tank sits. This one, whenever I reach to pick it up and grab it, I'm used to picking it up so that the tank is facing me, and then I just push a button. On this one, the tank and the buttons are all on the same side. So, unlike every other mod that I own, with this one and this one in specific, you gotta grab it right so that, it's just right there. Instead, my first few times grabbing for it, I ended up grabbing it backwards and there's no buttons to push.
No,
So,
this from where she ordered it, the sleeves that actually came with that
oh,
one,
sleeves are horrible.
they are a pain in the ass to get on.
Sleeves are
They're
horrible.
like, you really kind of got to fight with them. I mean, you know they're not going to come off,
Like,
but
and I get my nails done, so like out of anybody who would bitch about this, I probably am the bitchiest. Like you gotta it's hard.
yeah, you really got to maneuver with it.
I'm not even gonna do it. It's frustrating. And then that video, the review of the Cooper by Grim Green was hilarious. He put his sleeve on and forgot to put the batteries in, and I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what? I just put that back on the shelf.
Yeah, I'll take an extra couple minutes to take that back off, put it back on.
And then with the red one, the story with this red one is that I ordered a white and a black one. Now this white finish, it's not as fancy, soft or grippy as the Fuchai, but it is still very soft. And Nicole Boynton, you know what I'm talking about. I love the Cooper. But the black one, the finish on the black one was kind of like the Smog. It had this stainless steel kind of, and it scratched real easy. Mine came with a little tiny scratch on the top. I emailed them and I needed a different one. I was like, no, I did not pay for a damaged mod, So
She's really picky.
Very anal about aesthetics as far as does it look nice, does it function right, I don't want to be carrying around some shit waffle, So I wanted to try my hand at the red one. It just kind of logically, if you think about it, that's not a normal that can't be a normal finish anyway. It looks soft, it looks like it's made like a matte finish, and it was. When it came in the mail, I was really nervous to open the box, but it feels just like the white one, and I'm really happy that I returned that black one for the red one. I really like this one. I like this one a lot better, and it looks nice. But the Coopers, I would recommend getting the Coopers if you're a Cooper. If you're looking, he makes fun of me all the time. I get 2 of everything. I've got 2. These are my smoke X Cubes 2s. I got a silver one and a black one. And then I really, really liked the black one. And like I said, I live on a farm. I drop my shit in the gravel all the time. I got 2 other ones, and he ended up getting me the ohm wreckers, these 2 ohm wreckers for Valentine's Day in February. And so I gave him my extra smock. I ended up selling the other black one, but I did have 4 of these. I was absolutely in love with these when they first come out. And they're really good mods. They're good. They're just
Yeah, the whole reason she actually decided to give me one of these too is because I had another one of these. I had a silver one, and I don't know if it was I don't know if it was the clone or what went wrong with it, but apparently some juice had actually gotten down inside the system, and it started making it go haywire, and the screen would glitch out. Everything would still work on it, but you would not be able to see any of your menu or what you were vaping
and how
at.
convenient is that on an X Cube, where like everything that you need to be able to vape and use the mods sufficiently is in this menu. So to not be able to see your menu at all, to set your wattage, to set your temp control, to make sure you're in wattage or temp control, you can't do shit. So I was like, just take this one. And yeah. I didn't like the silver one anyway.
I was pretty familiar with the menu, so
I beat this one up.
So just because if I wanted to hook it up to my phone because they are Bluetooth capable, I knew how many clicks it took and whatnot so that I could actually get into the menu. But even then, I just couldn't tell what I was vaping at. So I kind of just had to guess, and that's when she gave me this, so I decided to retire that one. I mean, it was. I heard a bunch
He
of
still
reviews.
has it, but
Yeah, I still have it, but I don't use it.
I don't even think he
I
knows
mean, I
where it's
heard.
at.
Actually, I do. It's in my truck.
Everything's in your truck.
Everything is in my truck. Because I did like after that started happening to my smock, I had noticed that a bunch of them were getting recalled.
Yeah,
As long as they work.
I haven't had any problems with mine. I don't. And some people are like, well, it's the clones that are having troubles or whatever.
But yeah,
But then somebody told me that that was a clone, but it hasn't had any problems either. So
yeah, and I don't know if mine was a clone or authentic, so I couldn't really tell you. But
and like I said in the beginning, I personally, in my opinion, I don't give a shit one way or another. I could go right or left on that one. I don't care if it's or if it's authentic or a clone. If it vapes, I mean, the only thing that I need to make sure it's an authentic would be my alliances. I do collect alliances, V2s. Um, like I said in the beginning, I don't build my own coils. I'm not really into the whole dripping atomizer scene, but um, uh, pretty much the first row up there, about a little over half that first row are dripping atomizers, and so far I've got these two for the alliances, my green and purple and my orange and black, and then I've got the original. This must be juicy and the sand stuck to it, but I got the V1 and then the original V2. I needed them. They are the best. And people, don't be fooled when someone tells you, oh no, that's a cloud chaser. That's not really for flavor. It's like, bitch, it depends on how you make the build.
those
Because,
have really good flavor if you build them right.
oh yeah, this is the best Atom RDA that I have, as far as flavor goes. And as far as reliability, it's a beast. It hits. The builds last forever in it. They're easy to clean and to keep clean, and they're really easy to wick. I mean, as long as they're pre-wrapped coils, I might attempt to do my own build. But if they're not pre-wrapped, forget it. Then it's him.
She's usually pretty content with the builds that I make, but there's been a few of them that she doesn't like. Like she don't like Claptons just because they take a while to
No,
heat
yeah,
up,
and then they spit on you,
and then they take a while to cool down and everything. So she's not really for the Claptons or anything. So I just usually build her something simple and that heats up quick and has a lot of flavor because she's more for the flavor than the clouds.
I'm a flavor chaser. And so the last two that I have, I think the last two, I'm pretty sure I just went through everything. Yeah. I've got the IPV LIs, IPv3 LIs, and like I said before, I get everything in twos. So I've got I got these when I got my drip tips in Las Vegas last July. But I loved my silver one, and then I got my black one in Las Vegas, and I don't know, when I got back home, the Smok X Cube had come out, and the next best thing. So these have been sitting on my shelf ever since. I have lent this one out. Never again. I will not lend my mods out anymore. They got scratched. The only thing that I could think of was the whole time, that Johnny Knoxville movie where they have those special people? You scratched my CD! That's all I could think of. But yeah, these are like my children. You can ask anybody who knows me. I take especially good care of my mods. If you're going to use my mod, you use it here at my house, on my property. It does not leave my house. The other day, I asked him to refill my Griffin, and of course, he doesn't close my juice full holes.
Yeah, I know. I forgot about that
So,
one.
guess he had to pick up a flood all over my rouleau. Yes, and nobody's going to use my Griffin anymore.
Yeah, no, that was a mistake I accidentally made. I wasn't used to the Griffin or anything, so because she's the one that's
We
vaping on it.
just got
I
it
built it,
that
but
day, so.
I had built it and everything, but I wasn't used to how that one actually operated and whatnot. So I kind of forgot to close the juice holes on that, and it does, like, if you don't close them, it will drain down into the airflow bay. And but yeah, just remember to close off the airflow and the juice holes, both of them. And then once you have it refilled, then you can open them both back up.
I mean, it doesn't really matter if you close off the airflow because the airflow is already closed off as long as you got the juice flow hose closed.
One time when I was building it, it did. If I didn't close the juice holes, it did drip down.
Well, like I said, I don't really deal with these, so I just know that when I fill it, I just make sure that the juice flow holes are shut all the way. And I
But
haven't had any leaking
yeah,
problems
other
with
than
it
that, it won't
since
leak.
we re-wicked it after my cotton disaster. I really effed something up,
Oh, it wasn't even that bad.
and I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't stop juicing all over my hand.
I honestly didn't even
I was
change
like,
the
what do
cotton
I do?
because the cotton was already juiced and everything. I didn't even change it. I just messed around with it a little bit, and it works perfectly fine now.
I didn't quite have the technique down at that point. Christ on crack, because I really hope I get my lip and voice back soon.
Yeah, well, it's actually a lot better than what it was earlier.
Anyways, though, that was all my mods. That's my whole mod collection. Like I said, I vaped it forward two mods, and then I sold one. Oh, and then I did have two more, one silver and one black of the IPVLIs. I did trade those in. I got some juice. I believe I traded those in for a bunch of juice or something. But yes, I do get all my mods in twos. I am actually going to be ordering a second rouleau. As far as the Griffin, uh, anybody out there who likes RTAs and stuff, they did. And I doubt if you are into this stuff, you don't already know this. I'm the one who's behind. I just found out that they came out with a 25 millimeter version of a little bit bigger of the Griffin. And they can hold 5.5 milliliters of e-juice in those ones.
Yeah, it's somewhere in that area.
And these ones, since the chimney is so wide, you can only fit like 3.5 mils in here. But I have seizures and stuff, so I don't really leave my home anyway. So I'm always around my juice. So how much it holds isn't really concerning me. And I'm a lady, so I always got a purse on me. I just pop my juice bottles in my purse.
Along with a couple mods.
Him and I have we have found our flavors, go-to flavors. I have like a Wally's custard over there. It's very good, wonderful. It's almost like one of those creme brulee things you pull out of the oven. It's so good. Very flavorful. And then I've got a Blue Moon, which is like a freshly baked blueberry muffin. It's so yummy. And then banana bread cake batter.
That was just banana bread.
Yeah, this one is just banana nut bread. Banana nut. Banana nut.
No, she gave me a bunch of shit because I actually, like, she got the banana bread cake batter, and she only let me vape it every once in a while, and I actually really enjoyed it.
I gave him
Well,
so much
she
shit.
called me a copycat because I went out and got a 30 ml bottle of banana bread cake batter just because I wanted to vape it for a little bit because I enjoyed that flavor a lot.
I don't really have much of a life, if you can't tell.
The banana bread cake batter is her go-to, and I just vape it every once in a while just because I enjoy the flavor quite a bit.
To be quite honest, I hated Wally's custard, the one that he made. Jesse, our vape shop owner, had mixed for us. It was yuck. I hated it. But out of the Griffin, man, does the flavor really pop. It really does taste like a dessert. It's really yummy.
Yeah, I have noticed that though. With that Griffin, the juice flavor is just amazing. Like I could drip something in the Dark Horse, go and drip it into that, and it tastes even better. So you're swearing back and forth.
Yeah, it's the song. By the way, the song that I'm listening to right now at this current second is by the Expendables. It's reggae. It's called Bowl for Two. BOWL. But
I thought it was an actual bull.
but I suppose um I'll have to save my tanks and stuff for another video. Looks like we're already going on about 36 minutes now. This was his first video he's ever done on Facebook or anything. Especially with vape related. He's never sat down and done a review video. Shut up, Mariah, it's not a review. This is a vape vlog. I'm gonna label it vape vlog. But give him some support. Give us both some criticism. Tell us what we could have done or shouldn't have done. Whatever. Give us your thoughts.
Feedback's always good.
And obviously, I know most of you guys are gonna have some of what I have up there. If you guys have any pros or cons that we failed to mention in this video, feel free to point them out because I'm open for any kind of pointers or information that you guys have of any of my vape supplies. I'm always open because a lot of things you can't find on the internet. You have to actually experience them or word of mouth. Like somebody has to tell you about it. You don't just read on their site, yeah, our tank leaks. No manufacturer is gonna straight up tell you my tank is shitty. No, you have to ask around, you know? So if you guys have any valuable information that we would benefit from, please just comment. But I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing. You should let us know if you liked this. We can continue to put out vape vlogs. Sometimes I like just looking around on YouTube for videos of people just vaping, just to see. I mean, it's fun to see other people vaping and the flavors that's their go-to vape or their favorite mods and why did you quit. Speaking of which, I vape for my grandmother. She raised me since I was 6 weeks old, and she had passed away last year from emphysema and COPD on January 19th. So it's been a little over a year. And that was probably the biggest, heaviest blow I've ever been through in my whole life. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. And for those of you who say it gets better with time, no, it doesn't. And that's why I vape. I'm a serious advocate for it. I would never wish, not even my worst enemy, to experience the loss that I have with my grandmother. And I know several people who have experienced that. And vaping is meant to put a stop to all of that. So sign up for CASA. Do your part in vaping it forward. If there's a mod that you don't use anymore and you have a friend that you know who's struggling with smoking, like any one of those little 3 ones that I had, the 60 watt, the 50 watt e-leaves, and then the Cool Fire 40 watt, I don't use those anymore. I'm more than likely going to end up vaping them forward. If you do have a friend that's in need of help, vape it forward. Spread the word. I post stuff every once in a while on Facebook, but sometimes that's just not enough. The big tobacco companies are really trying to lay their fucking hammer down, and I really do. In the future, I see this becoming, like the thing. It's gonna be the new normal, and you're gonna see people giving people smoking real cigarettes funny looks, like gross. That was so 3-5 years ago. No, it really is the future. So
For sure.
definitely vape it forward. Sign up. Volunteer. Even even if you have smoker friends, hang out. Uh, try and really explain to them the benefits that you get from vaping. And it really does. That's probably one of the best things that I could ask for out of being a vapor is watching people experience it for the first time and watching people throw their cigarettes away because they don't want to smoke them anymore. I've literally watched somebody break a whole pack in half and throw it in the garbage because they haven't experienced something as awesome as vaping before. So, but this video is a lot of fun to
I actually
do.
think I probably had like 5 cigarettes left in my pack when I quit.
I still have a full pack sitting out in my car. I was probably going to sit there until the cigarettes are as hard as the center console that it's sitting in. But,
It might take a while, but...
oh, and I don't, if any of you guys have experienced this too, please let me know that I'm not the only one. I used to be a menthol smoker. Actually, I quit for good when they recalled my cigarettes. I used to smoke Camel Crush Bolds, the dark green pack, and they discontinued it. They recalled all my cigarettes. So it's like, this is like your favorite beer or your favorite pub. You know, you're a loyal brand. You stick to your brand and it's gone. So it's like, what now? You know, it's not like I haven't tried other cigarettes. That's kind of the whole point why I stuck with those ones. So that's when my e-leaf started. It started and it was like, Jesse, the vape shop owner here, is like, hey, I got these cute mods I think you'd really like. And at the time, I didn't even know what a mod was. But I can't imagine going back and being a full-time smoker after vaping for so long. It's been about a year now for me. Um, I have snuck occasionally cigarettes here and there. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I haven't been straight on the path of abstinence from nicotine and tobacco, but for about a month now I have straight. But I can't even fathom going back. And smoking in my car, that's disgusting to me now. Like, I can really tell when one of my friends had just smoked a cigarette. Or when you're in church. I go to church, I go to church every Sunday, and you can pick the smokers out. You can smell it on them. And it's just a nasty habit.
After not smoking for a while, eventually the smell actually does smell really bad.
And it's almost nauseating. Certain, like old golds, ugh, I can't even handle the smell. Gross. Or like GPCs, gross. Ugh. But thank you for watching, and um, I'm a member on here, so you can friend me, comment, like, and have a beautiful day.
Most definitely keep vaping.
Yes, keep vaping. Oh man.